Ms. Carosella?
Here.
Mr. Cohen?
Here.
Mr. Corey?
Here.
Mr. Hayward?
Here.
Ms. Parlamas?
Here.
Ms. Rendell?
Here.
Ms. Stevenson?
Here.
Ms. Calvez?
Here.
Dr. Robinson?
Yes.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. All right. May I have the flag salute, please? Ms. Carosella?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Ms. Parlamas, if you're able to read the mission statement.
Sure. The Glen Rock School District, founded on principles of education in partnership with the supportive community, provides an exceptional education to all students to cultivate resilient, responsible, and engaged global citizens.
Thank you. All right, so this is our first board meeting since, I would say even July. But before we even begin tonight's meeting, I want to say welcome back for the school year. And I know that there, is going to be potentially like an elephant in the room after our July 1st meeting. But while we understand that the community has a desire for, more information, the board must remain in full legal compliance and cannot discuss certain matters publicly. What we can say with certainty is that we all remain committed to doing the work of this district, and we are excited about the start of the new school year, and our focus will always be on supporting our children, our staff, and our communities to the very best of our ability. So with that, I just want to say, welcome back for the new school year. And to lead off our meeting today, I would like to, turn it over to Dr. Charleston and his administration team for the NJGPA results.
Thank you, Dr. Robinson. As you know, the state requires that we report on the results of the state testing that we do every year, and the one that we need to report on right now, it's going to be very brief, is about the NJGPA results. So that's the Graduation Proficiency Assessment. And Keith, if you could just advance through the slides. We only have a few of them. So as an overview, for those of you who want that, the state has a mandatory graduation test. I think that class of 2023 took the test, but it didn't count towards them. I think class of 2024 was the first that it actually was a requirement. And it's given to all 11th graders, 12th graders if they haven't passed it. It's designed to measure the extent to which students are graduation ready in language arts and math. Graduation readiness is reported separately for each, and it's aligned to grade 10 ELA standards and Algebra 1 and geometry standards. Thank you. So students who take the test but do not meet the minimum score have the opportunity to receive additional supports and may retake the test. They also can meet a designated cut score for the menu of substitute competency tests. Those are things like the SAT, the ACT, the PSAT, the AccuPlacer, a variety of other things. There's also or they can do a portfolio appeal is what we can do. One of the things that we have to report out is what percentage of our eligible test takers took the test. 99% of our kids took it in both ELA and mathematics. You can see how those these are the percentages of those who are graduation ready and those who are in 2024 and 2025, and the percentage of those not yet graduation ready on these. So these are percentages of students. Class sizes are around 200 or so. Talking with the testing coordinator, we have, I think it's 4 or 5 students that haven't passed an alternative pathway at this point. So we're working with those 4 or 5 kids. This is not a cause for worry. Every year we have this. I think sometimes the students know they've already passed it through the SAT or the SAT or PSAT. So this test is not something maybe that they strive towards because they already know they've got that in the bank. Thanks, Keith. You can see how it breaks down for English language arts and mathematics, both last year and this year, and comparing to the state. So we're well above the state. The numbers are where they were approximately the previous year. We also, thank you, Keith, next, have to report out to the community based on subgroups. So these are the subgroups that we have I believe the reporting number is at least 10 in that reporting group before we can have it on the chart there. You can see the students that have a little tougher time with these tests are the students with IEPs, which is a common thing that we see. So we continue to work with that. And then for mathematics, we see a similar and a bit more of a drop for those students with IEPs in mathematics. And the last bit here, where are we moving forward, continuing to work, supporting our co-teaching initiative, really supporting those students with IEPs, continuing professional development for our high school teachers. We continue to align all of our courses to state standards, including the related disciplines. So, we've realigned the math and both middle school and high school, that sequencing. We continue to revise those curriculum, make sure we have the most current textbooks and such. Middle school and high school social studies courses, there's a lot of crossover there with writing and with reading, with those skills. And then even with the science framework work, that's the claim, evidence, reason framework to support students in literacy and writing skills, because a lot of the literacy that's being tested is nonfiction, it's not just fiction. And that is the conclusion of my report. Again, it's a quick one, but it's a state required one that we make sure we present to the board at a meeting.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments or anything from board members regarding the NJGPA results? Okay, not at this time. So thank you. And I know, like you mentioned in one of the slides there, that it was like, I don't know, let's say 2.9 for 2024, 8.6 for 2025, and things like that. And those are, you would consider them nominal numbers based on the amounts that we're talking about, the single digits with students, which can change from year to year?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And as I said, there's, I think, when I talked to the testing cohort, 5 students right now, 4 or 5, that we are tracking to make sure we get them across one of these competencies. So
Okay.
I'm confident our graduating class will graduate.
Thank you. All right. Seeing no other questions, we can move on to our public comments. This is the first of the public comments, and this is for agenda items only. Please state your name and your address, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Hang on 1 second.
If you're able to turn your mic on for
Okay.
the agenda comments.
So I don't have an agenda. I expected one to be at the
Just
meeting.
1 second, ma'am.
Go ahead.
There's a broadcasting issue, so I do want to make sure that your comments are collected. If you just can hold on for a moment.
You tell me when. Oh, yeah, and I can speak loud.
Yes,
Okay, 5 minutes?
thank you. If you want to have a seat, maybe, and then you'll be the first person to come
Sure.
up, just to. And I just wanted to let any member of the public that happens to be watching the broadcast know that we had a bit of a technical difficulty, and you didn't miss anything, and we are just right at the beginning of our first public comments. So this is for agenda items only, and this is the first of 2 public comments, and please state your name and your address, and you have 3 minutes for agenda items only. Thank you.
Good evening, Elizabeth Carr, 231 Hamilton Avenue. As I have done numerous times in the past, I am questioning the dual-use room changes on B10 and B11. And B12 and B12. Are we not?
So
That-
since it's on the agenda, you'll hear our discussion, like, well, when we open that item up for discussion, you'll hear a robust discussion.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Robin.
Thank you. All right. Are there any other members of the public that would like to make a comment? Okay. Seeing no additional members of the public, it's 7:36, and we'll close our first of two public comment sessions. Can I have a motion to discuss G items G1 through G23? Ed Hayward, and seconded by Liz Calves. All right, any questions or comments regarding G1 through G23?
I have a question.
Ms. Rendell?
It's not a question, just more, I want to say I will be voting no on agenda item G1, the approval of the minutes from the July 24th special closed meeting. In my opinion, the minutes do not accurately reflect the nature of this discussion that took place. I also have concerns that not all topics discussed during that session were appropriately categorized under attorney-client privilege. While I respect the confidentiality of closed sessions, I believe transparency and adherence to proper legal standards are essential for public trust.
Any other comments? Yes.
I just wanted to thank the Clipper family, the Garofalo family, Bird HSA, Total Soccer Development, and Boosters for all their donations. There's some really great stuff coming in because of all that, so thank you.
Thank you. And I did see a picture of it online today, so for the boosters, the work that they were doing with the brick placement is
Very impressive.
very impressive and much appreciated. Thank you. All right, if you're able to call roll, please.
Ms. Carosella?
Yes, with the exception of G1, I'll vote no.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes, and including G1.
Was that a no to G1? So yes to all of them. Mr. Corey?
Yes to all.
Mr. Hayward?
Yes.
Ms. Parlamas?
Yes.
Ms. Rendell?
Yes, except as noted.
Ms. Stevenson?
Yes.
Ms. Calves?
Yes.
Dr. Robinson?
Emphatically, honestly, and transparently, yes.
Thank you. Ms. Carosella, could you just clarify, you voted yes on all or no on G1? No on G1. Thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to discuss B1 through B18? Ms. Calves, seconded by Mr. Hayward. All right. All right, hold on. Okay. Any questions, comments, or anything on the B items? Yes.
Can you just explain B10, 11, and 12, please?
Yes. Of course. So if administration is able to give us an update, I understand, and if you can help me here, these items are required to be updated every year. So it's not necessarily that we're looking for a change compared to last year, but that this is just memorializing again annually what is already in use with the dual-use rooms. Are you able to give any update as to how these rooms are being used? How, if it's meeting the needs of the students of the either special education population or however it's being used, if you have any update, please.
So the rooms that are listed were the same rooms that have historically been listed. There is no change. In the motion is for the submission of these rooms to the county, because they require that they are changed that they be submitted every year, including the change of space, which doesn't make sense to me, but that's what the state and county want, so that's what we are giving them in these two resolutions.
Okay. So you're saying that right now, the rooms are being used as they are currently used, as they were authorized in the past, and this is just a formality of an annual
Correct.
update for paperwork purposes. Would administration also be able to state how the students are doing in these rooms, or, just to update anybody that may have questions?
We could do a deeper dive and present that at the next meeting.
Okay. Does that answer your question for now? Okay, thank you. All right, if no other questions for B items, if we can please call roll.
Yes.
Ms. Carsala? Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mr. Corey?
Yes.
Mr. Hayward?
Yes.
Ms. Paralamas?
Yes.
Ms. Rendell?
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson?
Yes, except no on B10, 11, and 12.
Ms. Calves?
Yes.
Dr. Robinson?
Yes,
Motion passes.
thank you. For our personnel items, can I have a motion to discuss P1 through P32? Ms. Paralamas, seconded by Mr. Corey. I can definitely start by saying, with P1, I noticed that there was an individual, which we're, accepting with regret, the resignation. I understand that MTSS is the goal is for us to expand our differentiation at the levels where children need support, as well as the levels where children are looking to excel beyond their year. And I'm thankful for, Ms. Fishbine's service to this community, but I'm also reading areas where there are members of the community that are concerned that the Gifted and Talented program is going away. Are you able to even briefly state where we are with our Gifted and Talented program with regards to that P1 item?
We have a teacher who's going to be teaching it this fall.
All right. Thank you. Any other P items?
I would just like to say that I thank you to Ms. Fishbein. She has been fantastic.
All right. Yes?
Yeah, of course, thanks to all the teachers who dedicated the time here. Ms. Councilman, who helped my child through a difficult year, wishing her the best, and I'm sure she'll bring that same success into her next classroom.
Absolutely.
I will next time, thank you.
I'll echo, Dan's sentiments again. All of the teachers here that are listed, anytime teachers are, resigning, whether it's for matters of advancement, for things that are suiting their lives or their personal or family lives or whatever the reason is, we really thank them for their service. And again, thank you. Thank you to all of our teachers. All right. Can I have roll?
Ms. Carsala?
Yes.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mr. Corey?
Yes.
Mr. Hayward?
Yes.
Ms. Paralamas?
Yes.
Ms. Rendell?
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson?
Yes.
Ms. Calves?
Yes.
Dr. Robinson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. All right, so we have our HIB resolution from our June 23rd, 2025 meeting. And we need a motion to affirm the decision made in the GRMS HIB 294935 as reported by the Chief School Administrator during the June 23rd, 2025 closed work session meeting. Can I have a motion, please? Ms. Parlamas, seconded by Mr. Hayward, and if you're able to call roll.
Ms. Carcella?
Yes.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mr. Corey?
Yes.
Mr. Hayward?
Yes.
Ms. Parlamas?
Yes.
Ms. Rendell?
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson?
Yes.
Ms. Calvez?
Yes.
Dr. Robinson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And now we have our second public comments. This is for any open item, not just agenda items. You're able to state your name and your address, and I'll ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes. I'll have a little alarm that goes off at 3 minutes, so please, thank you.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Elizabeth Carr again. I just want to comment on the tension in this room right now is so palpable. It's so uncomfortable. The fact, well, thankfully, Dr. Charleston, you're looking up now because you haven't looked up the whole meeting, which I find totally disrespectful. But the manner in which people are talking, Damali Robinson was elected by you all to represent and be president of this board. And in my opinion, she holds to the level of past presidents. I can name a whole bunch. And the fact that she has to almost, it's appearing that she has to beg for answers, and that is not how Glen Rock functions. I'm truly disappointed that I'm shaking, that I can feel your tension. And I'm addressing all of you because I don't want to be accused of pointing out one person or two people. But you need to go back and watch your meetings. You're supposed to represent, the 9 trustees are supposed to represent the district, and Dr. Charleston, you are supposed to lead this district. If you don't want to be here, then don't be here. I've said it. I'm saying it now because your behavior is really unacceptable. Thank you.
Thank you. If you could please state your name, and you'll have 3 minutes, and also please state your address.
Ann Martino, 93 Chadwick Place. So I was supposed to go before Liz. I just want to say that. And I understand personnel issues very well. I'm out of the school district for 12 years. My youngest is 30. Glen Rock is a small town. So Dr. Charleston, you're here, so you can speak for yourself if the board can't speak for you. But representing a slew of senior citizens who the rumor mill is circulating, that you have not been in the school year of 2024-25, and that you're not compliant with whatever you're supposed to fill out about your own evaluation. So as the seniors that are still in Glen Rock love this town so much. We want to be here. We don't care that we pay high property taxes. But we look to you. Speak for yourself. If something's wrong, tell us. Tell us how we can help you, help us. But it's terrible to be in a school district where there's so many undercurrents of bad talk. You know, that's not how Glen Rock works. So let me help you. Can you say anything that you want to say why you haven't been present this year, or is that not true? Dispel any rumors I've heard. Did you not write your own evaluation? You're not going to answer me? So that's a problem. So how do we fix this? Brett Charleston works for the taxpayers of Glen Rock. The board as well, even though it's a thankless, non-paying job. So what's going on? We need answers. But thank you for your time. And how do I get things on the agenda? Now that I'm back in it, I have a lot of questions. So just let me know, how do I get things on the agenda?
What's
the
I'll also say,
protocol?
can you, I'll make sure to get you our email address, and you're able to send us email, and I'll communicate with you directly on behalf of the
Okay,
board.
thank you.
Thank you.
Sinji Vori, 131 Fairmount Avenue. I serve on the Board of Ed for 12 years, hard work. I'm disappointed as well with the rest of the folks we worked together while I was on the board. I don't get anything from superintendent. There's no update. The superintendent doesn't speak, answer any questions. I think it's time to cut the cord, move on. My taxes will go up. I will be more than happy to fund the lifestyle, or there's something else called Go Fund My Lifestyle. But I am not getting any ROI on the return of the investment that the school district is paying. History repeats itself. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. Ethically, I think I will get very negative points. And I think to the Board of Ed, you guys are elected to save the school district without any personal preferences about who you like, you don't like. And I also heard the word used, accountability, transparency. You know what? You did that a few years ago when the town, majority of us did not want to renew the contract. You didn't listen to us. Went ahead, under your leadership, approved it. Now we paying, the kids paying, the students paying, the town paying. It needs to be corrected. Please do your job, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Please state your name and your address, and you have 3 minutes.
Hello, Sharon Scarpelli, 687 Dreamus Avenue. Just one comment about the agenda. I hope you consider, since it is the board's agenda, to move the second public comments to after the new and old business, because I see, at least in a meeting like this, there's a lot of items that you have listed there that the public doesn't really know what you're going to talk about, so we don't really have a reference point to make a comment beforehand. So just something to consider going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. If there's any other members of the public that would like to speak. All right. Seeing no additional members of the public, I would like to close the second comment session to 7:53 p.m. and move on to old business. All right. So the first item under old business is international exchange program. Considering some of the action from this week, do we have an update, Dr. Charleston, on the status of our programs?
What specific programs are you asking about?
Any of our international exchange programs, whether it be Beijing, Finland, Wales, anything.
Well, there is no Wales program. The China program, the high school students are scheduled to arrive in end of September, early October. The Finland program is going to be canceled due to low subscription. There's only 2 students that registered to attend. And for the middle school program going to China during the November break, I think we're currently at 12, but we have no deposits yet. So we'll see once we get back to school if there's enough interest to go.
Okay. Yes.
Is there a difference, so tonight we approved one of the international exchange programs, we approved Puerto Rico. Is this being treated the same? As, like, did you do the same due diligence for this program? And we can talk about it later offline, but I'm just.
Are you talking to me?
I mean, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I'm
yes.
sorry.
Yes.
What due diligence?
Just with the stuff that it's gone on this week, and we can definitely talk offline, but just making sure that everything that's been happening is also being asked of all of our programs, all of our international.
Oh, it will be asked of all of our programs.
But have you asked for before we approved it?
Look.
Okay, thank you.
No, actually, no. So if we, what? Thank you. Just checking and conferring with council. So again, back in, you said March 17th, or let's say April, Dr. Charleston was taking leave at the time. A discussion came before the board, which is on camera, that states that we were asking for the contract with regards to Beijing Academy in China, right? Great, you agree. So once Dr. Charleston came back, he told me that there is no contract and it is a handshake agreement. And, you know, I said, okay, what is a handshake agreement? And he said, well, you know, it's just a talk, or, and I'm summarizing here because this was a conversation that, you know, he has an arrangement with this school. And so at the time, our counsel, Mr. Hara, said that we should have this, a handshake agreement should not exist, and that we should discuss having a contract or investigating whether there is a contract or whether there was a contract signed. Again, this is all known. So at that time, we were also dealing with many other items with regards to things that happened in April and May, and then like ending the year. So that was, and especially considering that we knew pretty soon after that that our legal counsel was retiring and that we were going to be searching for new legal counsel. So right before we left, Mr. Harris said to me that, you know, it's still his advice that we pursue with the new attorney to make sure that the contract is identified for this as well as any other program which would fit. And that is what happened. When I had a conversation with our current counsel, he made the same recommendation. And that's how we got here. So in having that conversation, I said, well, how do we, you know, pursue getting the contract? What should I do? And that is why I sent the formal email, because again, this is creating a paper trail. It's not discussions, it's not handshake agreements and things like that. I'm formalizing the process. And what I asked for is for us to formalize and memorialize the arrangement that we have with the school and put it into a contract. That's all. And that is what I had the discussion again with our current attorney, and he said that that is how he would address it, and that would be the best practice for the school, and that he has seen other arrangements similar to this one, and that they do have contracts.
Okay.
So if that is the question, is that what you're asking for?
The question is, the clarification would then be, so did you have any concerns in approving what we just approved for Puerto Rico before getting that from him?
My goal, I do not.
Thank you.
No,
That's
I
enough.
don't. Because we have a superintendent, and if I second guess every single decision that he makes, and then we end up having to spin around, then we will not be able to function, and our district would not be able to function. Well, I'm still talking, so we would not be able to function. So my expectation would be that that decision was made in good faith, and that it's incumbent upon the board to follow up for other legal things to make sure that things are consistent. So our job is not done. Are there any other questions with regards to the international exchange program and status, or can we move on? Great. So board and district goals. We had a retreat last week, and in our retreat, we were, part of what I was asking was for us to think differently about the things that both the community were asking, the things that we've been asking on the board over either several years or several months, and finding a way to marry them with the district or supervisory goals that Dr. Charleston had outlaid, because our goal really is to make sure that things are doable and that they are consistent with the vision that the chief school administrator has for our district. As a result of that retreat, you all received some information from me, from the information that was synthesized by Ms. Martha Newton. Again, thank you, Ms. Newton, for coming and just challenging us at the meeting. I personally would like to have her back, but I think that it'll be up to a board decision to determine whether or not having the discussion to kind of synthesize that information that I sent to you and give feedback. I did receive some feedback from a few board members, not a critical mass yet, but it's also been only like 2-3 days. I think that there's more time that's needed. So I'd really like to ask for you to, one, now just tell me, like what were your thoughts generally about what you read, if you had a chance to read it. And then two, I'm going to propose that we look to get feedback feedback from all of you that I can then put into something that we can then talk about and give to Dr. Charleston to take a look at. So please tell me your thoughts. Ms. Calves.
Yeah, so I certainly appreciated having a facilitator for that conversation. I felt like, number one, it kind of made it an even playing field and reduced a little bit of the tension that's been described, and allowed us to think differently about the goals for the district. And I think she very politely but persistently challenged each one of us. And I look forward to the possibility that we can all continue that conversation and come to a collective agreement. Those are my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you. And did you have any thoughts on did you happen to have a chance to look through the items that were sent, or do you have any thoughts about what she put together?
I liked what she put together. Again, I think in this moment, I don't know that I can pull out anything with clarity to address, but would love to continue that conversation. And I will do my homework. I promise.
Thank you. Ms. Paralamas.
I did not have a chance to look over what you emailed due to bringing a child to college, but I did appreciate the forum that we had. I liked that we were actionable items, that we were always keeping it back to actionable items and measuring where we can go with this. So that part I appreciated with the forum, and I thought it was well moderated.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Cohen.
Yeah, I think it was an excellent summary. I sent you my comments. I think in general, it was very good. I just hope that we can get to a conclusion with the administration and a joint agreement on the goals for the year, because the year starts in a few days, and we don't have goals yet. So, I think time is of the essence to finish that and have goals for the year.
Okay.
I also thought you did a wonderful job. It was very thought-provoking. I would welcome working with her again, and I did give it a quick glance over. What I read was pretty, how the meeting was, reflected what was said in the meeting. So I would like to have her come back.
Okay. All right. All right. Will do. More to follow. Thank you. So the pre-K construction update, I just asked if Mr. Canellis, if you're able to just give us a brief update based on where we are, because I know we're pretty close to closing that out completely.
Sorry, Dr. Robinson, we have just been notified we're going to have yet another disruption
Okay.
to our feed this evening, and we'll need another 5 minutes before we
Sure.
can proceed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You want to say?
Okay, we are now back. We stopped the meeting, we went, and so those at home did not miss anything. With respect to the pre-K construction update, the classrooms are completed. There are some minor punch list items that are being completed, each day, but we plan on welcoming our newest pre-K students on Wednesday. As most of you may have noticed when you walked in, we have the playground currently under construction. Today, the piece of gym equipment arrived. It should be installed probably tomorrow and on Wednesday, and then we will pour a floor, rubberized floor, which should take a day and a day to cure. So the hope, all fingers crossed, best laid plans, is that the playground will be ready for the first day of school. So we should be off and running from day one.
Mr. Canellis, is there any plans to have some photos taken of the classrooms that we could post for the community to see, since they can't all take a tour of the place?
Our Director of Community Relations is working on that. She'll take care of it.
Okay, and what's the anticipated timing on
I'll have to
that?
talk to her some more about it. When it's all said and done, she'll get on it.
Okay.
Any other comments or questions for Mr. Canellis? All right. Thank you. I look forward to, seeing the space. I know when I went down there last, it was looking really, really nice. And so, thank you. All right, on to new business. Yes, our next meeting is September 15th. And James, if you're able to lead us through the next updates.
Absolutely. So while the summer progressed, we were hard at work on many of our projects, and some use of the management, the allowances were used, so we just wanted to bring the board up to date on what we had approved. So on the playground, we found a dry well when we dug up the foundation, so we had to address that. That same day, we also hit an electric line, so we had to repair that. And lastly, we had the contractor evaluated the sidewalk that we were not going to touch as being in poor shape, and so we decided that we would pave that. Since we were doing a sidewalk, might as well do the other sidewalk. We were able to do all of that for $22,000 with a remaining allowance of $8,000, which we do not think that we will use of the $30,000 original. On the gym stairs, we had previously at a meeting, you'd been informed about footings that needed to be done for $4,000. But what we approved over the summer was some additional paving on the far end by the parking lot, the athletic lobby parking lot, because it was written up for grass, but it's an area that it gets really ripped up and everybody walks through it and it's just a mess. So we just blacktopped it. And that cost us an additional $7,000, eating up the entire $11,000 allowance on the gym stairs. And then last but not least, the football field. So when we ripped out the old carpet and we had the new carpet in, it became quickly obvious that our goalposts were in disrepair. If you actually look at the new ones that got installed today that are yellow, ours were almost a white, just from pure wear and tear. So we were surprised this morning that the company came and changed our goalposts. It was supposed to happen after the season, so we're very excited that it actually got done in time for the home opener on Thursday. That project cost an additional $67,000, leaving $43,000 remaining of the $110,000 allowance. And that is the update that I have on allowance management.
James, one question. So we budgeted for uprights and we got uprights.
We did not budget for uprights.
Okay.
It was determined that we needed the upright. Once
and-
we did everything
and then
else. it
accelerated
looked-
budget.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
thank
we had the allowance, so we said, you know what, let's just use the allowance and finish the track. I would add too, that when you look at the field there, the track is not lined. It's not lined because we didn't have enough time to get the company to paint the lines before football season. So being that we don't need track lines in the fall, we're gonna paint the track lines once the football season is over.
Thank you, Mr. Canales. Are there any other questions with regards to those items? Okay, seeing no additional questions. The bond refinancing?
Sure. So earlier this evening, you approved the motion for refunding bonds from our original 2008 referendum bonds that were refunded in 2016. The efficiency standards require that if the district could achieve a 3% net present value savings based on interest rate markets, that we are compelled to, in fact, refinance those bonds. So the first time we refinanced the bonds, I believe we saved $4.1 million. We believe that by refinancing these bonds, which are callable in March, we will save an additional $1.3 million or $145,000 a year on our debt service. And it's primarily because the outer years on those refunding bonds were at 5%, being that we're in a short-term market. Now, with only 8 years remaining, the market's attractive, and we believe that we can actually realize even more than the 3% NPV. So we're excited about doing that. You approved all of the professional fees, which, by the way, get netted into that 3% savings. So the $1.3 million is net of the costs. And so, as I said, the bonds are callable in March. So the earliest that we can issue bonds is December 1st, 90 days, in order for the bonds to continue to be tax-free. So that is the plan. I believe in backup, you guys received the timeline. So at our next meeting, we will actually have the read-in of the bond ordinance. And then at our following meeting, we will formally and finally adopt it. And then we'll be off to the races.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments for Mr. Canales on the bond item? Great. All right, so next, we're going to adjourn our regular public meeting, and we need to go back, oh, sorry. Yes.
So I just want to thank the community member that emailed us about the caffeinated or energy drinks in the cafeteria, and thanks for the administration for taking care of it quickly. I just ask that we will add an element in our policy that will disallow selling of energy drinks in our schools or the usage of the energy drinks in the school. Just, I think I also send an email about the policy health, and one of the policies that we need to address is the alcohol and drug policy. So I think with that, I would ask that we add something about that.
All right, so I would say that at our next CAL meeting, we can bring that up under governance, and you can lead the charge on that. Thank you. So we're going to adjourn our public meeting, but we're going to go back into closed session to discuss matters of attorney-client privilege and personnel, and no action will be taken at this meeting. I just wanted to thank you all for coming, and then getting a motion to adjourn the public meeting.
To go into closed.
To go into closed. All right, thank you. Ms. Calvez, seconded by Mr. Hayward. All those in favor? Aye. All right, any opposed? None opposed.